Listen to me when I tell you that Chili's ain't got nothing on my Chipotle Southwest egg rolls. Omit a few simple ingredients and they can be vegan and vegetarian too. Here are the ingredients that you are going to need. You're going to need some egg roll wrappers, a can of black beans drained. I have 3 large chicken breasts, 2 cups of spinach, about a cup of frozen corn, half an onion, half a red bell pepper, a lot of taco and pepper jack cheese. These are the seasonings I'm going to be using to spice up my chicken. We're going for some Chipotle Southwest taco flavor on it. So, yeah. So after you have washed your chicken, you can go in with a heaping tablespoon of some diced chipotle, chili powder, cumin, onion powder, and garlic powder. I'm going to go in with some turmeric, some chipotle powder, some Southwest Mrs. Dash, some paprika, some black pepper, and some ground cilantro. And then I'm going to take my gloved hand and I'm going to go ahead and make sure every piece of every chicken breast is thoroughly coated in our seasoning mixture, like so. And now we're going to get ready to cook them in the pan with some oil. So I'm going to add some oil into a large skillet. I'm going to let that heat up for a little bit before I toss in my chicken breast. And now I'm just going to let them cook. I think I let them cook for about 5 to 7 minutes on each side of the chicken, so the middle will be cooked all the way through before I turn them over. Now I'm going to flip them over and continue to let them cook on the other side, so we'll have nice juicy chicken breast to chop up and add into our egg roll mixture. Now that our chicken breasts are cooked all the way through, I'm going to remove them to a plate. I chopped them off camera, but I'm chopping them into bite-sized pieces. And now I'm going to start sauteing all of our peppers, onions, and corn for the egg roll mixture. So now that I've added those ingredients into the pan, I'm going to let them cook. I'm going to give them a good stir with the spatula, get them all evenly layered out so they can cook. I'm going to let my onions become a little bit translucent and my peppers become softer. After a few minutes of cooking, I'm going to toss in those black beans so they can get warm and cook through a little bit. And once that is cooked for a few minutes, I'm going to toss in my 2 cups of spinach. I've already washed them. I'm adding in a little bit of minced garlic. This recipe to be vegan or vegetarian, just don't add any chicken or cheese, so stop right here. Time to toss in our cubed up chicken into the mix. You feel me? We're going to give it a good stir. This is pretty much the whole completed filling. I'm adding a little bit more cumin and Southwest Mrs. Dash. I added in some pepper jack and taco cheese. And this is our cheesy Southwest filling for our egg rolls. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to roll up an egg roll if you don't know already. It's obviously easier to work with them one by one and then just set your other egg roll wraps underneath a moist paper towel or in a Ziploc bag so that they don't dry out. I usually do my egg rolls a few different ways. I wet the border, I added on the cheese into the center of my egg roll wrap, and now I'm going to take a spoonful of our Southwest filling and I'm just going to put that on top of our cheese before I could begin to roll this up. I have my egg roll wrapper shaped like a diamond facing towards me, so I'm just going to roll one point up. I'm going to wet those sides so that the other points stick on it, and we're essentially rolling it up to kind of look like a envelope. So I'm going to wet this side and I'm going to stick this side down, stick the points together. I'm going to wet the top pieces so that when I roll it, it all sticks together. And I'm just going to tuck and roll. I'm going to try to get it as tight as possible, but don't squeeze too much or your filling will break the wrap. The first ones are never the prettiest, but I promise you it's still going to taste the same. I'm going to show you guys how to roll it out a few more times. I'm going to take my finger with water and I'm just going to wet around the border of our egg roll wrap. I'm going to take about a fingerful of cheese And I'm going to just put that into the center. I'm going to take my Southwest filling, put that on top of our cheese, and I'm just going to roll up the center, and I'm going to let all of my points meet each other. I'm going to wet my finger, and I'm going to close in the other side to look like an envelope. So now that this looks like an envelope, we're not going to just close the flap. We're going to tuck and roll and wet the sides so that it all adheres together. Tuck and roll slightly tight on top of each other. And if it doesn't stick all the way, you could just wet your finger and close it down. And boom, egg roll. I'm going to show it one more time, but I'm going to speed this one up.
Yo, ML.
So now that our last egg roll is finished and rolled, we are about to begin the frying process. I'm going to take some vegetable oil in my cast iron pan. I'm going to just begin to preheat this oil. I'm taking my oil and filling my pan about halfway high. Don't need too much to do a deep fry for the egg rolls. I'm taking my thermometer to make sure that my grease is in between 350 to 375 for frying so we can have evenly golden brown egg rolls. I'm just going to take that and put it in as the tester. You see that it's bubbling, child, it's bubbling, so it is ready. Our grease is ready, and I'm just going to begin to put in our first batch of egg rolls. They really don't need that long of a time to turn brown at all. As you can see, they have turned a light golden brown on the other side. So now I'm going to just take my tongs and I'm going to flip them all over. All of them have a nice golden texture and color. So now we are just going to let them fry on the other side to get just as golden brown and delicious. And once they are ready, we are going to remove them from the grease. As you can see, one of them did bust a little bit of cheese out of it, but it is okay. All you have to do is remove your egg rolls perfectly fine. It still tasted just as good. And I'm just going to scoop up those bits of cheese out of the grease with my tongs so that they don't burn. And I'm just going to continue to go on frying with my next batch. Again, once you see the nice golden color underneath, you can go ahead and use your tongs to flip them over. And once my last batch of egg rolls is done, I'm going to place them on a pan with some paper towel. As you can see, I have quite a lot. I think I used the whole pack of 20 egg roll wraps. So now I'm just going to take a knife and a cutting board, and I'm just going to cut my egg rolls on a diagonal for presentation purposes. This one's a nice cheese pool, but it didn't cut so good. So this one has a beautiful cross section. You can see all of the chicken, the spinach, the cheese, the beans, the peppers, onions, corn, all of the goodness, you feel me? The nice crunchy exterior of the egg roll wrapper. And now I'm just going to show you how I plated it. Like I told you before, Chili's ain't got nothing on these egg rolls, honey. And I'm going to go in with my Hidden Valley Ranch, Chipotle Southwest Ranch. This is so freaking good. I literally bought this specifically for this purpose. Or if you go to Subway, which I used to work at, it's like the Chipotle Southwest. If you don't have that, can't find it, you could use regular ranch and you can mix in some Chipotle powder and some Southwest Chipotle Mrs. Dash with it. And it should be about the same equivalent. So now I'm just going to go ahead and dunk this, give it a taste. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to try it out and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. Oh yeah, y'all, the next day I ain't had no more sprinkled cheese, so I used pepper jack cheese slices, and baby, do it.